Hello everyone. Here we will see the notes of Polonius' advice to his son by William Shakespeare. Introduction. The poem Polonius' Advice to his son, written by William Shakespeare. He is widely regarded as the greatest playwright in English. He is the greatest playwright in English literature. His plays remain highly popular and are constantly studied and performed and reinterpreted in diverse cultural and political contexts. His plays are variously different and it gives importance to culture and society status of those days. He is popularly known as the Bard of Avon. In English literature, William Shakespeare is having its own name and fame. Next we go to content. What is there in this poem? Polonius is the chief counselor of the King Claudius. In the play Hamlet, we see a important character named as King Claudius. Among them, in his counselors, one, he is Polonius. Polonius is the chief counselor of the King Claudius, which is mentioned in the play Hamlet. The poem itself is a long list of principles that he wants his son to follow. Here, the chief counselor Polonius writes or says many principles or ideas or rules and regulations to his son when he goes to the France for higher studies. Polonius says many principles to his son when he is away in a foreign land. He shows his blessings on his son, Laertes, and asked him to follow his advice. Anyhow, father always showers his blessing on son. Here also Polonius blesses his son Laertes and asked him to follow his advice. He gives many advice when he goes to study to far off places. He is confident that these advices would build his son's character. As a father, he knows that what the guidelines given by him is always helpful towards his son's good character. Explanation. Polonius advises his son to be conscious with his words and actions while think before act or while think before speak. It is a very important advice given by Polonius. Polonius advised to his son to think well before speaking and to think carefully before acting. He asks him to be friendly with others but warns him not to cross the limit of decency and privacy. He said to his son, "You make friendship with each and everybody whom you meet, but there should be a limitation. There should be a border of privacy. We should not go beyond the limit." He recommends making friends with others but cautions him to distinguish between a true friend and a false one. Here, father says, "You make friendship with all, but you decide who is best and who is not the best friend." He exhorts his son to avoid fights. He said, "Don't fight at any time, at any cost. If it is such situation, what should you do? But it for some reason cannot put fear into opponent." He suggests that his son should listen to all. When it is the situation of the fight, he should not start fight with anybody, should not start argument with anybody. In such cases, if the fight is not avoidable, in such cases, the son should strongly, and he should give correct answers to the opponent. By that, what happens? It gives correct message to the opponent what the person is in front of them. Next suggestion is to put fear into the opponent. Next suggestion is he suggests that his son should listen to all. He says you should listen each and every one who speaks in front of you. But what you should do, you speak less. You have to just listen everybody, and when it is come to your turn, you speak less. You should not be too talkative. He also wants his son to receive advice from all, but receive his opinion to reverse his opinion to himself. He says, you listen everybody whom wants to give suggestions to you, you get all the suggestions. But when your turn come, when you are going to say your opinion, you think yourself, decide your decisions or targets or destination. Later you give answers to others. Don't follow blindly anybody. His son may buy nice clothes but should not look showy. You can make very rich dressing sense, and you should have those, but it should not look like too odd or showy. His most famous piece of advice is not to lend and borrow money. He says always, don't lend money or borrow money. Don't give money to anybody or don't take money from anybody. What happens from by that? Lending leads to loss of money and friends. Lending and buying the money makes a friendship loss. Borrowing proves our inability to manage our budget. Lending, when if you lend money, you will lose friendship. If you borrow money, it shows the inability of your management of budget. You are unable to manage the budget. It shows you are loser. It looks like you are a loser. And to top it all, Polonius wishes his son to be true to himself. Mainly, he gives importance to his character is his conduct is you should have truthness about yourself. If you are the fake person, how can you expect respect or truthness from outside the society? That it's to be individualistic. It should have your own ideas, your own character. You should not follow any others. You should not be fake one. Polonius, as a sincere father, offers rumors, pieces of advice, and list of important moral lessons of life to his son so that he can overcome life challenges. He says many good point as a good or model father to his son Polonius. To what is the main purpose behind this? He wants to see his son as a successful one. Also, he should have the courage to face challenges of life. I feel this notes is very helpful to you. If you feel it's very helpful, please let me know in the comment box. Also like this video and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you one and all.